NAB 2023. We're here in North Hall and we're at the Blackmagic Design stand. I'm here with Darren, one of 2 videos we're doing this year. And this one is on ATEMs. We've got some ATEM updates.
We have, yes.
New ATEM.
We have, yeah. So we've got some brand new ATEM television studio switches that we've released both a few weeks ago with the HD model, and brand new for this show is the 4K model, which is just behind us over there. So yeah, this is an all-in-one switcher design. So all of our video connections come into the back of the unit, and then we have all of the tactile controls that we need to run our live production directly from the front panel here. So it's a really nice all-in-one solution for anyone working in live production, whether that be working in sports, whether that be working in music concerts and smaller venues, or even in schools and houses of worship, for example.
It's a slightly bigger unit than its predecessor, isn't it?
That's right, yeah.
So why are we, it looks slightly different, slightly more adult.
Correct, yeah. So the older model was a kind of a 19-inch rack width design. This one's got a lot more going on with it though. So we've got more connectivity on the back. We've got more real estate on the front for more tactile controls. We want to pack in as many features as we possibly can. So it is 8 HD SDI inputs coming into this.
Okay.
Above that, you've got 8 HD SDI outputs, which can be fed back to cameras for camera control, for tally, for comms, for example. But then we've also added in the program output to send to air. We've got multi-view built in, both in HDMI and SDI. We've packed in a 4-port Ethernet switch as well, which is brilliant for bringing in external cameras. So in our previous video, we mentioned the studio camera 4K Pro G2 and the studio camera
and the
6K.
6K.
They can both stream.
They can stream from wherever, as long as it's on a network.
Exactly. Yeah. So we can bring those in directly into this ATEM switcher.
Over and above the 8 inputs.
Correct. So what we do there is we toggle the input. So if you're using a streamed input coming in, you can toggle off an SDI input and turn it into an Ethernet input instead, just through the software control. So we've really gone above and beyond with the connectivity on this one, just to try and pack in as many features as we possibly can. Some of the big improvements is we've got the proper tactile T-bar for transitions, whereas the predecessor had the slider. This feels much nicer and is great for transitions on the fly. We've got really nice push button controls, so really nicely engineered. We've got controls over our keys. We've got auxiliary control directly from the top of the panel as well. So this comes with 2 auxiliaries on top of the program output, so you can assign different feeds to different auxiliaries, whether that be for monitoring inside the venue or sending to an ISO recorder, for example. You can choose the auxiliaries from here and send them out from the switcher. You've also got control over streaming, so this will stream directly, and we can have our stream controls from here, and we can drive it from the panel. We can also control our recording. So there are 2 models of the ATEM Television Studio HD8. There is a non-ISO version.
Well, I was going next, actually. You said recording.
Yeah, so the non-ISO version will record the program feed. So there's an M2 card installed inside this unit, and you can record the program mix. If you go for the ISO model, it's also going to record all of your incoming camera feeds as well. So what you're left with is a DaVinci Resolve project file at the end of it. So
if I've got 8, whatever, 6K cameras, it's recording locally in H.264?
Correct, yeah. It records locally in H.264. On the camera, you can record in Blackmagic RAW, for example, and what you're going to be left with at the end is a DaVinci Resolve project file, which reconstructs inside Resolve with all of your cuts, all of your mixes and transitions. That's in H.264. You can do the edit in H.264, and then in the final stage, just bring all your Blackmagic RAWs in and relink those in to your cameras, and it will relink everything automatically based on the camera numbering inside
That's not available on the 4K at the moment, is it?
Correct, yeah. So the other switch we released is the 4K model. It is a non-ISO model. So the design of that one's slightly different. Because of the thermal implications of having 8 4K encoders,
of course,
it would run very hot. So we're not sure if we're going to be able to do that, but we've redesigned it with, rather than having program outputs, we've now got auxiliary outputs across the top instead. Now what that means is you can take each of your individual inputs, assign them to an auxiliary, and send them to, for example, a hyperdeck recorder. So you can still have your ISOs for every single camera input, but recorded off board to a hyperdeck instead. So
applications as well. I mean, you went through, sports, yes, house of worship, yes, but I guess portability is the key, because it's all in one unit.
Correct. It's an all-in-one unit, so it's really easy to take this to a venue, bring it in.
Flyaway kits.
Exactly. Build it to a flyaway kit, plug all your cameras into the switcher on site and get working really, really quickly and efficiently. One of the huge benefits with this switcher is the fact that you have your camera control is now built into the panel. So if we select cameras from the top menu here, we can now drive our iris, pedestal, gain, all of our RGB levels can be driven directly from the panel surface, and that's for each individual camera coming in. When you're working with Blackmagic studio cameras or Ursa Broadcast, for example, you can do all of that. In addition, we can also drive our Fairlight audio mixer. So whereas previously you'd have to go into the Blackmagic ATEM software to do this, we can now mix our audio directly from the switcher surface. So it truly is now operable, or a full production is operable by a single person. So one person can drive the video switching, can do the camera engineering, and can do the audio mixing, all from one single surface.
It could, if he was bright enough.
Correct.
Yeah. Thank you very much. No, it's brilliant. So if you want more information, you know where to go, to the Blackmagic website. And there is, of course, another video that we've done with Darren here on the studio camera updates. And for everything else that we're doing at the show, it's kitplus.com.